Does anybody know, they probably don't teach this anymore, does anybody know the 7 deadly sins? Does anybody remember them? Not many. I will remind you. The 7 deadly sins are pride, envy, wrath, sloth, greed, gluttony, and lust. Have you ever heard a more concise description of leftism than that? That could be the Wikipedia entry. What is leftism? This raises a question. Why celebrate pride? Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. Actually, pride is the deadliest sin. St. Thomas Aquinas, St. Gregory the Great both said that pride is the queen of all vices. And as my friend Andrew Clavin now says, it is the vice of all queens, which is, I have to give him credit for that line. But the question, of course, with Pride Month is why would gay people or people with differing sexual preferences, if they just want to be accepted or have their preferences accepted, why would they organize under the banner of the deadliest sin, pride? This seems like bad PR, bad marketing. Leftism is envy. Winston Churchill described socialism as the philosophy of failure, the creed of ignorance, and the gospel of envy. Leftism is all envy, and they pretend that it's kindness. It's an amazing trick that they pulled. The left actually tries to convince us that when you keep your own money, that's awful, that's terrible. But when you covet and steal somebody else's money, that's kindness. How about wrath? Whole leftist organizations exist to get conservative commentators fired, groups like Media Matters, groups that stage fake boycotts of conservative advertisers to ruin conservative livelihoods. It's not enough simply to disagree with conservatives. The left wants to ruin those conservatives' lives. How about sloth? That one goes along with envy. The left wants to get something for nothing. It wants to profit off of other men's work, to enjoy professional and social benefits without the labor and the cost. We know that America is the land of opportunity. The United States in 2019 offers the widest opportunity for the greatest number of people, regardless of birth or circumstance, to accumulate wealth in the history of the world. If you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere. You blew it. And yet the left seeks as best it can to come up with excuses for not achieving. Someone else is privileged. The system is out to get them. Someone else is keeping them down. Ironically, today on the left, grievance and victimhood have actually become privileges. Everyone wants to be able to claim some sort of oppression. Ultimately, all of this is just an excuse for laziness. Because over the long haul in the United States, if you are willing to work hard, anyone and everyone can improve his station in life. How about greed? Greed is the selfish desire for the thing itself. Everybody can be greedy. I'm not saying only one group can be greedy. However, studies show that leftists are greedier than conservatives. Conservatives give more to charity and at higher rates than leftists. Why are leftists so stingy? It's because they want to outsource all of their charity to the government. But when you outsource charity to the government, you totally destroy charity. How about gluttony? Speaking of sandwiches, the left has a rapacious appetite, not always for food, but for property and liberty. The left devours rights and institutions, and as it does that, the size and scope of the government expands like a national waistline. Now, the opposite of gluttony is the virtue of temperance, which conservatives keep at the front of our minds when we think about the government. And then there's lust, and we end up right back at sex, right back where we started. The left wields lust and sex as a tool because it knows that sex sells. Lust is incredibly powerful. Pop culture likes to pretend that the left embraces the sexual revolution, that the left is sex positive, as they call it. Who is not sex positive, by the way? Every human being that's ever lived is sex positive, except for the asexuals who drink out of the Bud Light cup or something. But virtually everybody is sex positive. The pop culture wants to pretend that it's only the left because the left is cooler or hipper than conservatives who are prudish old fuddy-duddies. In reality, the left uses sex as a weapon. Porn, the hookup culture, subsidized birth control, abortion on demand, all of these aspects of the sexual revolution combine to take us away from our senses, to enslave us to our appetites, to keep us focused on our most primal desires. Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride, the 7 deadly sins. The 7 keys to leftism, all the ingredients necessary to destroy a nation.